So the WNBA Players Association met with the WNBA owners about the CBA and said it included preliminary conversations and constructive dialogue with a mutual agreement to continue to discuss for a transformational new CBA. You've got Nneka Nwumake, Kelsey Plum, Elizabeth Williams, Nafisa Collier. They brought Dejanay as the player representative. Again, it doesn't really matter who the player representative is. And Steph Dolson as well as a player representative. And then Satu, who's, according to committee co-chair, as well as Fee Collier, who I may have already mentioned. But I find it kind of weird that the players in the that are basically negotiating on behalf of the WNBA, all these vice chairs are all people that have equity in they're all people that have equity in Unrivaled. So I think that's a bit of a conflict of interest. You are running a league that I know you might seem like it's directly competing, but is directly competing, but with the WNBA, and are like arguing for behalf of WNBA. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are about to drop below the 4,000 threshold. If you could stop that from happening, 40,000 threshold. If you could stop that from happening, that would be great. But anyway, the Players Union meet to discuss new CBA after opt-out. So I will try to zoom in a little bit here. The union met in New York. Today's meeting included, as we've read, the early opt-out marks a crucial juncture for the league. The WNBA signed a historic 11-year, $200 million a year deal. The league had record attendance that culminated when the Lynx played the Liberty in overtime of rigged finals. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, joined by WNBA Labor Relations Committee members and additional league staff and advisors. The league has been skyrocketing. Engelbert said at her State of the League address before game 1 of the finals that with the new media rights deal and many corporate partners, the strength of the league is in a great spot. She also went on to say the players have been getting a lot more marketing deals, making them into household names. Union said it was hoping for a new economic model to transform its current system, which imposes arbitrary and restrictive caps on the value and benefits of players. The players want an equity-based model and grows and evolves with the league. An equity-based model, like the league is literally losing. If you have an equity-based model, like first of all, the NBA, it's not legal for players in the NBA to have equity in teams. Am I right in saying that? And two, like what if this all goes pear-shaped? Like what if this goes wrong? Like what if Caitlin Clark blows out her knee and never plays again? What if Juju's not all she's hyped up to be? Because I don't think Paige Beckers is going to be all she's hyped up to be. An equity-based model might be, long-term, the worst decision they've made. And I agree that it's something that would be huge if the league goes well. But, like, equity from who and what? The WNBA, I'm not joking when I say this, the WNBA owns 46% of the league. Or say 42% of the league. The NBA owns 42% of the league, and then 16% are owned by other people. At this point in time, the WNBA only owns 42% of their own league. So, they want an equity-based model that grows and evolves the league's business success. Like, I don't know what exactly they're asking for, like. So it went from we want the same percentage revenue cut as the NBA, which is impossible. Which is an impossibility. The reason is that they want 50% of all revenue gained. The problem is that the league itself only owns 42% of the league. They can't have 50% of all revenue when the league only gets 42%. If they get 50% of the revenue the league brings in, they get 21% of the league revenue, which is a number they're not happy with. They want more money in the league brings in for the players, which is an impossibility, which is what Kelsey Plum was talking about. It says other areas the union likes to see improve include salaries, retirement benefits, better childcare, and family planning benefits. And you know what? That's fine. All of these are fine, by the way. The players do deserve bigger salaries. Like we saw, Caitlin Clark generating $36 million for Indiana, and her getting $76K. But they're on the opposite end. I'm not sure you could really argue that on an individual basis, Mercedes Russell generated 200k for Seattle. Like, in all sports, the top stars, no matter how much you pay them, will never make what they're worth. In the NBA, LeBron James is generating more than 50 million to LA. And he'll do that every year of his career. Whatever the max contract was, he's worth more than the max contract. But then you're looking at Jamal Murray making a max contract, or Brandon Ingram turning down 50 million a year. And you're like, Brandon Ingram would never generate that in a million years for the NBA as an individual. Like, if Brandon Ingram never played another basketball game again, the NBA would not lose a dollar. Like, so obviously, that's the case. But I think the players should be able to negotiate better salaries. Like, I think the problem is that we're hearing them talking about wanting $1 million salaries, and it's like, I don't know how sustainable that is. And also, how would an equity-based model work? Like, if the players somehow can get equity in their league, I think they've just tried to do that with Unrivaled, and it's like, if the players get equity in the league, then eventually the equity is going to run out. The WNBA only owns 42% of the league. So, if you're going to start to give players equity as part of their deals, how long until the equity runs out? And also, if you can, it says here the current system has arbitrary and restrictive caps on the value and benefits of players. It seems like they want to remove the salary cap. I mean, they also want to get rid of the draft. So what's going to happen then? Is it like, and I don't even hate this that much, because if that happens, if they get rid of all the salary cap, you're going to see players getting paid what they're worth. If there's no salary cap, it's going to be like, you know what, Herb Simon, I'm going to pay $6 million in. I want to pay $6 million in salary. Joe Tsai, I want to pay $6 million in salary for the team. I want to pay my players $1 million. What's his name? Matt Ishbia, I want to pay $1 million. Joe Lacob, I want to pay my players $1 million. And then you've got the Mohegan Sun tribe. I want to pay these players less. I don't want to pay anyone over $50,000 a year. Practice facility? Hell no. We don't need a practice. That 2-year-old's birthday party is more important. They can take our practice time. Like, the problem is like, when we look at the WNBA, there are certain teams. The salary cap, I genuinely think the WNBA would function at a loss because there's rich owners that want it as their plaything. It would be fine working as a loss, but there are specific teams where you're like, would not do that. Like, there are teams that are going to function at a loss no matter what. Like, and I'm confident when it's like, who are the good owners? Toronto, good. They're going to be good owners. All the new teams are going to be good owners. The Portland team is going to be a good owner. The Sky, no. The Dream, not really. Valkyrie's good owner. Ace is good owner. Sparks, the Sparks will pay the money. When it gets good, the Sparks will pay the money. Bad owners right now, but if it gets good, they will. Lynx, I don't know about their financial status. Storm, Mercury will pay the money. Mystics, I don't know. Fever will pay the money. Liberty will pay big money. So as the teams will pay what they're generating. And I think maybe that's what they're going to be looking for. If you can remove the salary cap, it means the more money that's coming into the league, the more money they can offer players. And it becomes a situation like European sports where players can get whatever a team values you, they will pay you. And there's nothing else you can really do about it. There's no league saying you're paying them too much. Like Caitlin Clark comes into the league in the new CBA. And with a no salary cap and no like guaranteed rookie money, it starts to work more like a non-American league, and Caitlin Clark walks into the league and Indiana Fever pay her $2 million contract year one. Angel Reese gets paid $500K for a year, but then Alia Edwards, who gets drafted ahead of Angel Reese, goes and gets paid, I don't know, $250K, if even. And I think maybe that's a reason why. Maybe that's a reason why there's nothing. I don't know. This, like, they want to get rid of the draft. That's a reason why they're looking for that. But I don't know. I think it's very confusing. It just sounds like after Unrivaled, equity-based model is the new. Equity-based is the new, like, buzzword. And I don't know how it's going to work. Genuinely, I don't know how it's going to work. Anyway, I'll see you guys.